Well, g'day everyone. I'm here with my friend Cora, and in today's video, I'll show you how to look after the older horse. Let's jump in. G'day everyone, I'm Zoe, and this is Kahu. This is just a little reminder that I'm not a professional horse trainer, so anything you do see in my videos is only intended to be a guide. So, with that said, let's get on with the video. Now, at the time when shooting this video, we'd had a lot of wet weather, which meant that Cora, being an older horse, she wasn't moving around as much as she should. So just like us on an airplane, it caused a lot of inflammation in her back legs, in particular in the lower leg, and this made it quite uncomfortable for Cora. A bit like us, when we get inflammation and swelling in our lower legs, we don't want to move around that much either. And with Cora being older, she also has arthritis, so this makes it a bit of a double whammy for her and makes things a little uncomfortable. So as you've just seen with that footage, Cora's legs aren't too bad right now, but I'll drop some photos in amongst this as well to show you how Cora's feet were just a couple of days ago, and I'll show you what we did to fix it. Taking Cora for a walk like this for just 10 to 15 minutes at a time, preferably a couple of times a day, can greatly help improve blood circulation in her lower legs. Now, as Cora is an older horse, she does have arthritis, which she already had when she came to me, but that doesn't mean to say she doesn't need exercise. Now, I can't actually lunge Cora because she's got, for whatever reason, possibly pain going on. She has a lot of pain when this occurs, and possibly maybe even trauma from how she's been treated. So part of what I like to do when I hand walk Cora like this is I don't just go in straight lines or in circles. I like to turn around and do figure eights. This encourages her to engage her hindquarter and cross her body around as she should, improve mobility and a little bit of concentration too, so that it's not just a boring walking experience. And this exercise also doubles up with spending time with Cora, as because I can't ride her, again because of health issues, it does mean that I'm spending time with Cora and having a bit of a bonding experience with her also. So as you can see, I'm just bending Cora's body around, just to help her engage those muscles, have a little bit more think and improve mobility. And you can see, particularly as she turns on her left side round, she does actually cross that hind leg right under herself as she should. But you'll notice that when I turn her back around the other way, she is a little bit more stiff and a little bit less maneuverable that way. She tends to shuffle her feet a little bit more sidestep. But you can see how doing this sort of thing is also great for her concentration too. Now, being an older thoroughbred, Cora was on the track, and maybe she was never lunged. Maybe whoever had her after she was done on the track hurt her. I don't know. All I know is I can't lunge Cora, so I hand walk her, and this helps improve blood circulation. Let's get on to the next step. Okay, and now on with a slow but possibly another good bonding task to do with her right after I've walked her out like this is to hose down all four legs right up to the knee. This will help improve blood flow, and so she'll get a little bit more circulation in each of her legs. But it also helps bring down any inflammation. As I said, she does have arthritis, at least in her back legs, and quite possibly due to her past as being a track-bred racehorse, she probably does have some inflammation in her front legs as well. So all this helps bring down any inflammation, improves blood flow, and hopefully releases some tension while I'm in the process. So I like to spend probably about 5 to 10 minutes hosing down all four legs, so that the total process of spending time with her is probably getting on for half an hour, from walking her out to hosing down all of her legs, The whole process probably takes me, as I said, about 20 to 30 minutes. Now, as I am in Australia and we are on tank water where we are, this water isn't freezing and we don't have any problem with freezing pipes, so I can probably do this basically year round with her, which is probably not a bad thing to help improve that blood flow, as I said. Now, you want to make sure that when you're hosing the legs down that you are going all the way up to the knee joint on the front legs and all the way up to the hock joint, which is what I'm hosing down here on the back legs. Now, you'll see that I don't have this on a spray or anything. I've just got this just on a low pressure on the hose and just hosing down all 4 legs just to help, as I said, improve circulation and bring down any inflammation as well. Now, at the time when I filmed this, we did have some drier weather after the heavy rains that followed down the coast after Cyclone Alfred hit Queensland. I'm actually in lower New South Wales, so I was not affected by any extreme flooding or any torrential rain and wind. But I did have some heavier rains at this time of year that we wouldn't otherwise have. So that's why Cora had all that inflammation. But as it was a nice dry day, I did let them have access back into the other main paddock again, specifically after they'd also been wormed as well. I didn't want those feces contaminating the main paddock right after worming, so that's why they were locked out. And this did not help Cora's legs at all. But as she has been moving around a lot on the day that this was filmed, she had much better circulation in her legs than she otherwise would have had. And so I saw a lot more improvement this afternoon than I did this morning. Okay, so that's Cora's legs hosed off. Let's get on to the next step of my little tips of how I look after Cora now that she's an older horse. Okay, so this next tip is more of a winterizing tip for her, but the tip here is, believe it or not, and very, very simple one, is rugging her. Now, it's not cold enough just yet at this time of year. We're only in autumn right now. It is not cold here. We're still getting pretty good summer temperatures right now, so she doesn't need a rug. But when the temperature starts to drop overnight, regularly below 10 degrees Celsius, this is when I like to put a rug on her, just to make sure she's got that extra insulation, but also to give her a chance to start growing in that winter coat herself before I rug her. Now, Cora has never grown a thick winter coat. Kahu, when he came to me in May of 2024, he had a pretty hefty woolly winter coat on him. This is because he came from out in a mountainous area where they were already getting single figures overnight and periodically during the day, even in autumn. So he had a very thick winter coat. Cora has never grown this. So as I said, I do like to rug her. Now, when it's still sitting at around 10 degrees, but I can see that she's sort of feeling the cold a little bit, I do just chuck a cotton combo on her, just like this one here. So this one will cover her neck and all down her body, and it just gives it just a little extra layer without being too hot. When the temperatures really start to drop closer to 0 degrees, the most that we really see here is around 3 degrees overnight. Then I will start to put a much heavier rug on her. This one from memory is only about 100 grammer, so that refers to the amount of filling relevant to I think it's per square inch of the rug. So this is a nice light one. It gives her a little extra warmth without it being too hot for her. Now, of course, as I said, this time of year, this would be miles too hot for her. Even the cotton combo would be too heavy and too hot for her. But I do have a heavier rug for her that's about a 180 grammer that I will put on her if we get more closer to 0 temperatures, which we have had, especially when there is a mountainous area not far as the crow flies from where I live. And this can make a wind chill on the air, which as an older horse with arthritis, she does tend to feel that a little bit. Okay, so that sums up part 1 to caring for the older horse, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date with what's going on in our world.